women. But men's health is everything. And I'm interested to find out, Milwaukee, what you think about how we move men into taking care of themselves, if not for themselves, then for us, ladies. So call me 414-444-5250 and let me know what your thoughts are. The global gap between life expectancy of men and women is was about 4.4 years in 2016, according to the World Health Organization. And that number is based on mortality rates. So they are tracking everything from birth to death. And they found that over the course of time, women are outliving men. Now, why is that? So I dug a little bit deeper. In general, men have poor health habits and a shorter life expectancy, right? So I drilled this down to 4 folks that men need to go and see. If you do nothing else, you schedule in the gym days, you schedule in the time to connect with your brothers. Tell me the 4 um, physicians, I will call them, that you need to see. I'll cheat a little bit and I'll give them to you right away. First off, you need a primary care doctor, someone who is checking your regular levels, that baseline level, but then also can notice the changes that might come. So if your cholesterol has been steady for 3 years and then it shoots up, your primary care physician can help you with that. The next one is the dentist. Gentlemen, how often are you going to the dentist? And we've talked many times on this show about what teeth and gum health has to do with the heart and the overall wellness. So, how many times should you be going to the dentist per year? I like 2. I like the number 2. I like to get it in halfway through and then to wrap up the holiday season. So, you should have a doctor and a dentist. Next, you should have an optometrist. Get your eyes checked. And we'll talk in just a moment about how important eye health is. So it's one of those sneaky health benefits like the dentist and gum health. Your eye health will actually determine how healthy you are overall. And then listen, the sleeper of these 4 is the dermatologist. Your skin is the largest organ, covers your whole body, and really it's a filter, right? So if we are not taking care of our skin, things are seeping into our bloodstream, and that's where disease can linger. So let's kind of tackle each of these together. Per year, outreach sees about 9,000 men, and they're getting screenings, they're getting checked, but I'm not going to leave you out in the cold, Milwaukee. I'm going to tell you what you should be getting screened for, because that's the other piece of this. So outreach is seeing about 9,000 men for treatment of regular health conditions, specialty health conditions, for your podiatry, for your dentistry, for the pharmacy. And one of the fun facts I found, which we'll discuss again in just a little bit, is marriage, the outcomes of married men and how those change from the single bachelors that are out there. So some of the exams and checkups that you should be getting is, first off, a physical exam. So schedule that. Shameless plug, 414-727-6320 to get into your primary care physician. But the physical exam, so you should be having one every 2 years if you are 40 to 49. Let me say that again. If you are 40 to 49, you should be getting a full physical exam every 2 years. If you are 50 plus, that happens every single year. Now, one thing I have adopted that I think is a good health practice is journaling my physical wellness. So if I get a headache on a Tuesday, I'm going to jot that down. If I get a headache next Tuesday, I'm going to jot that down. So over the course of a year, I can see I've been getting headaches every Tuesday or every 2 weeks. Then you can share that information back out with your physician. If you're under 39, so you're 20 to 39, you should be getting a full physical exam every 3 years. Okay, so make time. You make time for everything else. I don't want to sound like your mother or your big sister, but make time to get into the doctor. Blood pressure. High blood pressure has no symptoms until it's like a all on or all off. It can cause permanent damage to your organs. So you should be getting your blood pressure screened once a year, period. Now, you can go into many facilities to get a blood pressure check. You can come check in with us. We'll be at the Juneteenth Festival. You can come on by our tent and get your blood pressure checked so that you know those numbers. TB skin test. Now, this is one that can be overlooked just because it's not one of the popular ones. And to be honest with you all, I didn't even get a TB skin test for the past, I don't know, 15 years until I moved into the physical medical building. And of course, you have to make sure you're up to date on all your panels. So the TB skin test, that's the one where they prick your arm and then you wait to see the reaction. You should be getting that every 5 years. So I know as a woman, I try to get all my things in and tested. But the TB skin test is one we can kind of let fall by the wayside. We should be doing that every 5 years, male or female. But since I'm talking to my gentleman this morning, make sure you schedule that TB skin test. I will put a little caveat on that, especially if you're traveling internationally. I'm glad that we all have our passports now. We're outside, we're traveling. Make sure that you're up to date on the vaccinations too for the places that you might be visiting. So the next panel that you should be getting for your testing, your screenings, blood test. So things like cholesterol, diabetes, kidney, thyroid dysfunction, you can screen for that through your blood and urine analysis. So let me give you the age breakdowns on this. Every 2 years, if you're 40 to 49, you should be in for that. Every 2 years. If you're 50 plus, that's one of those that goes on your list for every single year to get tested. Within outreach, we have a full lab provider. So you're getting those tests when you're coming in with your primary care provider, and then they're telling you what actions you need to take based on that. EKG, you got to have an EKG. That's going to check for your heart abnormalities. And you want to be doing that 40 to 49 every 2 years and once every year if you are 50 plus. Tetanus. Do people know about tetanus? Do people know what tetanus is? Because that was a big thing growing up. I was always afraid to step on a nail and get lockjaw. I'm like, oh, that sounds terrible. So tetanus booster you should have. So that's your rusty nail. That's your anything like prick your finger with a nail, something like that. You could get tetanus, which creates lockjaw. You should be getting a tetanus booster every 10 years. So usually that comes in when you check your flu shot, when you check your COVID-19. We're going to have to get that every year, just so you know. Add your boosters in there as well. For your colorectal health, you should be getting screened for that. I won't go into detail quite yet with that because I'm sure you're eating breakfast and all that good stuff. Testosterone screening. Gentlemen, Men's Health Month. So I'm talking to y'all. Make sure you get your testosterone, right? And then last but not least, please get out here and get tested for STDs. It's wild out here, y'all. It is wild. So make sure that you are getting your physician to test you for STDs. You should be doing that every year, more if necessary. So I started the top of the hour talking about the 4 doctors you need to go see. So your primary care, your dentist, your optometrist, and your dermatologist. And then I know some of you were looking at your radio and you rolled your eyes and you said, listen, I don't need to go see the eye doctor. That's one of those. I'll get it when I can. But here's the caveat to that. Or I'll give you the factoid to that, I should say. 13% of respondents aged 65 and older reported they have a vision impairment. So that's almost 15% of the world, or I should say the United States, that has a vision impairment. Okay. Now, how is that connected to your overall health? Did you know that strokes and vision go together? So those that have experienced stroke can have issues with their vision, but that can be an indicator of stroke down the line. Okay. So make sure that you are making an appointment to get in to have your eyes tested. But the skin, going in to see your dermatologist. Now, I know, Milwaukee, you looked at your radio and you rolled your eyes. You said it's too early for you, Ebony, to be getting on me this morning. But we must protect our skin. 414-444-5250. Talk back to me on Men's Health this morning. Did you know that skin is your biggest organ? But it also can absorb damage. And what I mean by that is UV. Have we heard of UV? UV is the sun and the radiation that comes from the sun. No, like ultraviolet. Exactly. If we and growing up, I was told, African Americans have a natural barrier to the sun, and we don't necessarily need to use sunscreen. We do. Period. That's the full statement. That's the full stop. You must be using sunscreen every single day, a broad spectrum sunscreen. And it should be at 15 or higher, SPF 15 or higher. Now, I'm going to share this personal story with you. When we went through COVID, I made a decision to get out and walk every day, walk my neighborhood for 1 hour or more every single day. Do y'all know what happened when I did that? I got sunburn, severe sunburn, like severe. So now I have like a permanent scar on my face. I have a permanent scar on my arm from sun damage. So I went into the dermatologist because I self-diagnosed. I had psoriasis, I had eczema, I had, WebMD will send you down this whole path. But I had sunburn. And what I was told is not only do I need SPF, but I need the highest SPF that is available. And that's the sun protection factor, right? So you got to put it on your face. You got to put it in your ears, on your neck, anything that's exposed. So now, because of that, because I have that's permanent skin damage. So that skin is damaged, right? Now I have to wear the sunscreen, but also I have to monitor what the UV is every single day. And I'm going to tell you how this works. So if you check your weather report or you check your weather app, it will tell you what the UV is for that day. Anything over 3 is damaging your body, is damaging your skin. So I'll check the weather report, and let's say it'll say the UV today is 9. If I go outside and the UV is 9, my skin will literally itch in those places that skin is damaged. So men, especially African American men, you've got to wear sunscreen. You can get skin cancer. Let me say that again. African American men can get skin cancer. Okay. Sunburn happens as well as in African Americans. So make sure that you are getting out and putting on sunscreen. A couple other tips with that: stay in the shade. I love a good hat. Okay. A wide brim hat. Make sure you're doing that to shade your face, head, ears, and then sunglasses. So this is where that vision and that skin protection comes back into play. Wear some sunglasses. Okay. And then what we eat. I'm going to talk about what we eat every single show because it shows up in our bodies. So for the guys that are listening, what are you eating? So after you take care of your skin, after you take care of your teeth and your eyes, what are you eating and how is that having an impact? So we'll get into nutrition in just a little bit. As we wrap up talking about the other tests that you should be having every year and why it matters. So we talked about blood tests. We talked about skin tests. We talked about urine tests, EKGs, tetanus booster, testosterone. You should also be checking your bones. So the density of your bones, be checking for that. And that's your falls. That's your going too hard when you're playing pickup basketball games, making sure that your body is healthy. Chest x-rays, especially for the gentlemen who are smoking. Just gonna put that out there. Get a chest X-ray. That's gonna tell you what's happening with your lungs. And although I know it's super, super difficult to cease smoking, just make sure that you're checking in and you're monitoring the damage. So if you're 40 to 49, be getting that test every year. And then if you are 50 plus, connect with your primary care physician to find out how much more often you need to be having those chest x-rays. Okay. So take care of yourselves. I wanted to start this particular segment with everybody has a man in their life that they care about, period. So that's husbands, that's dads, that's sons, that's uncles, that's brothers. We as women have a mission to help support you too. So before we go to break, I want to talk about the effects of marriage on men's health. Marriage is associated with more healthcare visits. So if you're married, not only do you get the benefit of having a beautiful spouse, but you also get the benefit of making sure you're on time for those appointments. You're listening to Community Heartbeat, powered by Outreach Community Health Centers. Not just a show, it's a movement. We'll be right back.
This moment in Black music.
Centers. Not just a show, it's a movement dedicated to bringing our community together through wellness, keeping your heart pumping with positivity. I am Ebony Sally, and today we are talking men's health and wellness. So, I'm going to come with some screening advice. I'm going to come with health advice. If you throw a ring on it, you're going to live longer. That's the moral of the story. You put a ring on it, marry it, and you're going to live longer. Marriage was associated with a greater likelihood of a healthcare visit for younger and older men and for men with health insurance. Among those who had blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes screenings, to recommended screenings, married men were more likely than cohabiting men to have received preventative services. That means before you hit the ER, your girl's gonna tell you, or your guy's gonna tell you, it's Pride Month too, right? To get in and get your screenings. Seek preventative health care because their spouses encourage them to. That's what men do. Now, the leading causes of death, and I don't want to doom scare you here: heart disease, cancer, accidents. But the men who are prompted to go to healthcare facility by their women are living longer than men who do not. One of the statistics that got me, and again, I always start with the statistics and then think, what does the community need? Is that the percentage of men 18 or older that are in fair or poor health, 13% of them. And this is as of 2022. Let me say that again. The percentage of men aged 18 or older that are in fair or poor health is 13%, meaning that men are not taking care of themselves as they should. The data is bearing that out. But why? Why? Well, here's another factoid. The percentage of men aged 18 or older who met the federal physical activity guidelines is only 28%. So I took that factoid and I said, okay, let me think about how this is relative in my life, in my community. All the men that are kind of in my inner circle, my dad, my husband, my besties, all the men that are in that circle, uncles, all the way down, are relatively healthy men. Most of them can outrun me in a mile. Most of them are doing physical activity at least 3 to 4 times a week, if not more than that. I often joke with my dad. He can outrun me in a mile. He will clock my time for sure at this stage, and he is in that 50 plus category. I won't name how old he is, but physically healthy. But only 28% of men are getting out and being physically active. So I started thinking about it. It was the culture for me growing up to see men active. So if you go back and look at music videos from the 90s, you would see men at the basketball court, men playing football, men playing soccer, men just overall being healthier. When you look at the advertising in the 90s, men were healthier. I started thinking about, okay, who could I utilize across the generations? And the one physically active. So then I thought, well, who would be the example of that in my age category? So I started thinking of all the men that are on the covers of the magazines now, the men that are in show business and how they show up with physical activity. And if you've listened to this show at all, a fan of rap music I am. I love me some hip hop. And one of the groups that I talk about often is Wu-Tang. Now, let's get into Method Man. Method Man is probably one of the fittest artists that is out now. So taking care of yourself, getting into the gym, making weightlifting cool, making nutrition cool, we bringing that back. So Method Man is an example of a celebrity, a person of influence that is also influencing the culture for taking care of yourself. Some other statistics I grabbed that I thought would be really, really interesting. The overall mortality rate is 41% higher for men than it is for women. And again, the leading causes of death: heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes. Every single one of those can be reduced by a healthy lifestyle. Getting in the gym. It's not what you really want to hear this morning as you're making that extra loaded smoothie, but it's what you got to do. So, to the gentlemen that are listening to the show, give me a call, 414-444-5250. Tell me what's included in your self-care routine, in your workout routine. What do you do for self-care? When I think about the ladies and how we put ourselves together, how we say, look, girl, I just need a self-care day. What do the men do? What is involved in that grooming? I know I will turn my phone off. I will go get a massage. I will get my nails done. Do men have that similar investment in their health? Do they have that similar focus on being well? And then what do workloads do? So I know there's a thought process out in the world that women have to be strong and shoulder everything, and mama and big mama got it done. And we take on workloads that are very heavy. I know there's an unspoken rule. There's an unspoken, I won't call it a rule. I'll say there's an unspoken moment in health where men might feel like they don't have an outlet. They can't share that they're stressed out, that the workload is too much, and they sacrifice their health. Why is that? What can we do to change that? And then how do those relationships play a role? Listen, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, because I feel like we're friends out there in radio world. Um, when you get into relationships, friends or otherwise, make sure they are healthy for you physically. There's a saying that look at your 5 friends, the 5 people you hang around with most, and that will determine your future. So if you hang with folks that are physically fit, chances are you'll be physically fit. If you hang out with folks that have good mental health hygiene, talk things out, work things out, chances are you will too. So those relationships play a role. And here's where I'll share with you. When I find that people are not good for my physical health, if I say I'm trying to get toned, I'm trying to eat better, I'm focusing on my nutrition, and you're like, yeah, so we should go and get that double-decker cheeseburger with the extra fries and the this and the that, that's a boundary that person is saying they don't respect your goals. That's not a good relationship. If you have folks that are not good for your mental wellness, so you share, I'm generally a positive person, and we get in a space and it's just negative, 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 always nagging, always this, always that. That relationship is actually causing stress. That relationship is actually causing harm to your body, physically, mentally, emotionally. So positive relationships and seeking out those relationships will take a toll on your health. It can be a positive benefit to have those positive relationships. So the moral of the story for this particular segment: get you some friends that want to see you level up. Get you some friends that will push you to be better, to be well, to be healthier, right? So those 5 friends that are around you, are they pushing you to be better? Literally, it could save your life. So in addition to that workload, understanding the relationships that you have in your life, your space matters. So the environment that you're in. So I can't see you through the radio phone, but tell me this, raise a hand if your space that you live in is always clean and organized. So 414-444-5250 to react on any of this information that I'm sharing. Clean, beautiful, organized spaces will change the way you move forward in the world. It will affect your mental health, and it may just affect your physical health. So your self-care routine, the workload that you carry, the relationships that you nurture, and your environment all play a role in your health. So men, look at those particular areas. What are you doing in your self-care every day, every week, every month, once a quarter, and then take a look at who's in your circle. As we talk about who's in your circle, that led me to another component, the bro code. So we'll talk a little bit about what is bro code, how does that show up in your life, and do your people, your bros, your brothers, your male mentors, do they push you to take better care of yourself? Um, I know for me and my friend group, we have our ways of sharing when you're not the healthiest. My growing up, my grandparents would say, you should push back from the plate, not in a way that was negative, but there's something that you're not addressing if your patterns are changing, right? So for the bros out there, for the brothers, what do you do? What is involved in that bro code when you see someone in your friend circle that's not keeping up with themselves, with their health, with their wellness? Uh, so I googled bro code, y'all. Again, I'm being real honest. I googled bro code and I wanted to see what the internet said about that. Talk back to me on bro code 414-444-5250. And the Google machine says that bro code is the significance of male friendships. And so I said, well, okay, Google, does the bro code affect men's health? And what do you think the answer is? The answer is yes. So as I went down the rabbit hole of bro code, there are 4 things that you must respect in all conditions when it comes to bro code: his house, his parents, his girlfriend, or his car. Those were the things that came up with the 4 categories. And so this particular website ended with, don't let bros make poor decisions. Don't let bros make poor decisions. So what do you do when you see one of your bros making poor decisions? Let me ask, what do you do? What do you do when you see your friends, your bros making poor decisions? How do you correct them? You encourage them? Okay. Okay. Now, why is that? Why do you encourage? Why do you
Because if I see you making a mistake or doing something wrong, if I see potential in you, I'm gonna lead you to the right
to the
potential.
right
You know what
potential?
I'm saying?
Now that's key. Um, your bros should be able to see your potential, and they should lead you to that potential, and they should tell you when you're slipping off your square. That's why I love Wu Tang. Um, so if they see that the relationships is, so again, I probably spent a good 30 minutes on researching bro code, but one of the comments that was listed there was how bro code affects relationships. So your brothers are going to tell you if that woman is not the one. they're they're going to tell you that she's not it. They're also going to tell you that she is it. Like, you could stop searching. That's the one for you. So get you about 5 good friends that are going to push you and encourage you and be better. Because if not, I don't know if those are your friends. Now, one of the components I looked up as I was Googling, is it okay to break bro code? Like, is that okay? And of course, the internet answered, you can break bro code when a friend is in danger. So this goes back to that the statistic I gave about married men going to seek those preventative services, married men being more apt to get those checkups before it becomes an issue. Before you're at the emergency room, married men are getting those tests and those screenings. But when you're in danger, a friend is going to tell you that. A bro is going to tell you that. So it's acceptable to break bro code when a friend is in danger. So if they see you wilding out, eating, you haven't been to the gym, you haven't checked in, you're not a part of those conversations, you ducked out of the group chat, That's the time when bro code can be broken and speak up for your people. When um, when speaking up about it will change the relationship. So it says here, some situations call for difficult decisions that could jeopardize friendships. You can break bro code to protect the relationship. So things like, normally I wouldn't be in your business, but I can see where this is leading. This goes back to that seeing the potential piece, right? When you see a friend is going down the wrong path, it's up to you to break the code and bring them back into the fold when it's necessary to protect your own interests and safety. So I think back to many times I've shared this before on the program. Growing up, I was a tomboy, so I think all of my best friends were boys. We would play pickup games, we would play flag football, we would play. Those were how we kept not only healthy, but that was fun. For me, playing a football game was more fun than playing with dolls. That's just me. That's how I roll. I'm the homegirl. So with that being said, sometimes you get people who want to test the boundaries. They want to drive the car 100 miles an hour. They want to do those thrill-seeking activities. When it's necessary for you to protect your own health and safety, you should be speaking up. You can break bro code if it will affect the health and safety of that relationship. Of course, the internet also says you got to make sure that keeping bro code is unacceptable in these particular instances. So when it will cause harm to someone else, I know in the news maybe a few years ago there was the toxic masculinity, men who would use their rank, men who would use their occupation, men who would use their authority to affect outcomes that were not positive. In those particular instances, when you know you are going to harm someone else or the actions of your friend are going to harm someone else, you got to break bro code. If it means betraying a friend, you got to break it. If it could hurt someone's feelings or if it could sabotage their romantic relationship. So again, think about bro code. Think about if it is pushing you to be better or if it's not. So these were just a couple. I'm going to throw these out kind of rapid style on additional components of bro code. So I'm just going to rattle these off. Let's just say bros should be your primary relationship. I won't phrase it the way they phrased it online, but I will just say your brothers should come before some other relationships. No gossiping, right? So keep it positive. I would add that in the mental health category. What are the conversations that you're having with your people? Are they positive or are they consistently cutting other people down? Don't date your bro's sister. Don't date your bro's sister. I'm sure that's pretty self-explanatory. Look out for your bro's significant other when he's not around, right? That too can go without saying. Don't let him get a name tattooed on his body. Okay. Don't let him get a significant other's name tattooed on his body prematurely. They say, according to bro code, that can be problematic. Pick him up when he's down. So again, that goes back to the mental health, the emotional support, the community, the village. Pick up your folks when they're not feeling their best. Respect each other's boundaries. That's bro code. Don't be afraid of healthy competition, right? But this one kind of warmed my heart, made me smile. Your bros become honorary uncles to your kid. And although I'm not one of the bros, like I said, I am the homegirl. Those gentlemen that have been with me since 9, 10 years old now are honorary uncles to my kid. She can call on them just like she would call on my actual uncles, my family members. And so that one brought a little smile to me. You're honorary uncle. So if for nothing else, make sure you're taking care of yourself for those folks. Don't judge him if he cries. Listen, you don't know a real friend until you've seen that person break down. So you don't judge a man if he cries. That's part of bro code. Get your story straight. Um, Part of staying on the right track is having those inside jokes, having that friendship, that relationship, and you always want to be on the same page. So part of bro code, get your story straight. Check in from time to time. So May was Mental Health Awareness Month. We talked a lot about having that community, having that village. But Bro Code says you check in from time to time just to say things are all right. And the last one I'll share is always leave a buffer stall. Women do the same thing or should do the same thing. You walk into a restroom, one person is in this stall. You don't have to come right in the stall right next. Pop over, leave a buffer stall. So I hope that brought some delight and some joy to your day this morning. Bro code in the health and wellness space is important, and it does have an effect on health. Don't let bros make poor decisions. That's bro code. So in just a couple minutes coming up, we will talk about some resources that you can reach out to, things that you can change personally and professionally this month. We'll talk about us showing up at Juneteenth, which Outreach Community Health Centers will have a booth at this year's Juneteenth. And I want to meet you. So come on over to the booth. Come say hey. Say, hey, Ebony, I heard you on Community Heartbeat. Introduce yourself, and then get screened for high blood pressure. More than 60% of adult American men are overweight or obese, right? So going back to that bro code, I want you all, again, although I cannot see you in Radio Land, I want you to commit this month for Men's Health Month to grab one bro, go for a walk, have a conversation. Go for a swim, have a conversation. Go for a pickup game in basketball, have a conversation. I want you all to commit to one active moment with your bro. It's going to build the relationship. You're going to get healthy. And like I said, you're going to be one of those uncles, fathers, relatives that at 50 plus, 60 plus, 70 plus can still outrun your kids and your daughters and your niece in a mile. So you are listening to Community Heartbeat. I'm Ebony Solly. We'll be right back. Oh, he said, ain't no break yet.
The Community Brainstorming Conference will not be hosting their June monthly meeting. As communities around the nation prepare to observe and celebrate Juneteenth, they encourage you to enrich your appreciation of this monumental occasion in Black history. On June 17th, 2021, President Joe Biden signed a bill into law making Juneteenth a national holiday. Juneteenth celebrates the date of June 19th, 1865, when the last enslaved people of African descent located in Galveston, Texas, finally learned of their freedom from slavery. The Emancipation Proclamation had been signed 2 years earlier. As President Biden would say at the bill signing, great nations don't ignore their most painful moments. They don't ignore those moments of the past. They embrace them. Great nations don't walk away. We come to terms with the mistakes we made. And in remembering those moments, we heal and grow stronger. The Community Brainstorming Conference will return to their regular programming in July.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
When you're rolling Charmin, up your mouth on the party. This is more, so roll it back, everybody. Charmin's irresistibly soft and hella nice. A grip is always soft. It's our party wine. It's things that what chicks feel like. So everybody wanna touch the sky.
Charmin Ultra Soft is irresistibly soft and more absorbent, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Hey, have you heard the amazing news from Boost Mobile? When you switch to Boost, you get 4 lines for $100, plus 4 free 5G devices, like the Samsung Galaxy A15 or the Moto G Stylus 5G. That's 4 lines for $100. Need another reason to switch? Boost offers high-speed data at low prices with no annual contracts and no credit checks. Switching is easy. Just head over to your local Boost mobile store. New customers in select markets only. Requires port-in and ID verification. Other restrictions apply. See participating dealers for details.
Looking to do something special for your dad with Father's Day on the horizon? Well, come dive into a sea of flavor at Red Crab and enjoy the Father's Day special. This includes a pound of king crab legs, a half pound of headless shrimp and sausage, 2 potatoes, and 2 corn on the cob for just $82.99. That's right, $82.99. Now until Father's Day. Red Crab is located at 5547 North Lovers Lane Road. For more information, please call 414-429-9574.
The Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce will find its 6th pitch competition finalists at the third Thursday networking event featuring the pitch competition at Mobay Cafe, June 20th, 5 to 9 p.m., 1022 First Street. Come on out, network, eat, and support your friends or the best contestant in the pitch competition. That's June 20th, 5 to 9 p.m., Mobay Cafe, 1022 First Street. Visit the website for more details, twbcc.com. That's twbcc.com.
This is Ambassador Arthur Burks inviting you to the annual Reform Felons Ball. It all takes place at 100 Gems campus at 6737 North on Titonia Avenue. Tuesday, June the 18th. Doors open up at 6:30 p.m. with special guests Terrence Gangster Williams and Ken Ivey.
This is Terrence Gangster Williams. Shout out to Milwaukee. I will be out there June 18th for the Reform Felon Ball. Let's hang out. Shout out to all my ex-felons who came home who doing something positive.
You better call and get your free tickets while they last.
Free food and admission. Donations are accepted at the door. Pick up your tickets at All Star Variety Shop, 4620 West on Burleigh, or call 414-509-4808. This is an AB and Winky Blue production.
Hi, my name is Tamika Vukovic, co-executive director of Wisconsin Voices. Please join Wisconsin Voices every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. We will be focusing on community partnerships, voter education, and long-term collective impact for all Wisconsinites.
WNOV 860 and W293CX 106.5 Milwaukee.
Welcome back. Good morning, Milwaukee. You are listening to Community Heartbeat. I am Ebony Solly, and this morning we are talking men's health. Yeah. Solly is spelled S-S-A-L-I.
S-S?
S-S-A-L-I.
Why 2 S's?
Let me call my husband and ask. No. It is a tribal spelling. So in Africa, East Africa, which is where my husband is from, you have different clans, they call them. And most African names from that particular village have a double consonant at the beginning.
Oh.
So I like to say I'm super sassy. I needed 2 S's.
Okay, well, if you're going to break it out like that, then what's the rest of it?
I will knock you
sassy.
out like Ali. So I am super sassy and will knock you out like Ali.
Okay.
Sally.
Okay. I don't even know why I asked.
Because you knew I was going.
You know, interesting when you speak to the bro code, and I just kind of been sitting back, kind of taking it all in. You don't think you might have been like being a little intrusive on
I know I
the
shouldn't
men?
peek. I shouldn't peek into what the bros are doing,
Yeah,
but
you trying
I
to get
was
all into our
curious.
thought process and so forth.
I was curious. Like I said, I grew up with my bros. I hope that, and I do know that most of them are out doing amazing things. Follow them and check in on them through social media. But we would tight. I'm talking He-Man and Star Wars, but then they would say you got to get out because you're a girl. I'm like, I don't. So what do y'all talk about in those?
So you were a straight tomboy?
I was a straight. Listen, I was with the Silkies and the Nike. And I will never forget this. I had to be about 10 or 12. My mom is like, let's have a conversation. Are you ever going to wear a dress? I don't like dresses, Mom. I don't like it. Hair slicked back in a ponytail, no makeup. I think the only time I actually got dressed up was when you had game day at school and you had to go to a visiting school. Then I would break out the dress. So I'm totally opposite now. You will not see me without lipstick and a little moisturizer tinter. I just switched it all up. But yeah, they would huddle and say, "Now you got to get out because you're a girl." I'm like, I want to know. So yeah, I was on the Google machine learning what do y'all talk about when y'all are there. Yeah.
I have never Googled the sister code.
No.
You know, all of that. No.
Was I out of pocket?
Yeah,
I was out of pocket.
you
Okay,
out of
Milwaukee,
line.
can you back me up?
This whole piece of, you chose to do it right around our day of recognition. I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words. And that's unusual.
What I wanted to do was utilize it to the benefit of all men. How do we use bro code to get men to the doctor? That's really my ultimate goal. How do we get the village that's around to make it cool? And that's why I brought up like the method man of no, he's method man. METHOD man. He makes fitness a priority. He makes family a priority, and he puts that out on social media. And I think when we get additional people like that, when those become the cool people, when that's the messaging, is it's cool to take care of yourself. It's cool to take care of your family. I like that. I like Method Man too.
I don't think that men concern themselves with what other men think of them in regards to doing for their family. I would venture to say on the other aspect of it, you don't want your brother to know that you're a deadbeat dad. You don't want your brother to know those negative things about you, but positive things, we shine. We boisterous about those kinds of things. So, that part.
No, I agree. But they say you become the average of the 5 friends you hang around. So if you're hanging around with men who are doing for their children and making family a priority,
it'll rub off.
They're not gonna let you just say, pick up your shorty and go do it. Pick up right. We're going to the family thing. We're going to the picnic. Pick up your shorty and let's go.
Right.
So it's having that support. That's why I was Googling bro code. I want to see, what do y'all talk about when we leave? When y'all are like, yeah, girl, gone.
It's not gonna be on Google. I can guarantee you.
Can you add me to the group chat? I just want to see. I just want to peek.
We don't leave documentation.
Where is the safe? Where is the safe? Where is the vault? Speaking of, this weekend is Father's Day. So shout out to all the dads, the stepdads, the fill-in dads, the dad like father figures, the uncles, all of y'all that are doing the great work. Because raising kids is tough.
Is Outreach doing anything?
We're not doing anything particularly for Father's Day, but we will be at Juneteenth. We'll have some resources for the gentlemen. And then we are planning.
Do you know where your booth is yet?
Now, see, the 2700 block. We are in the 2700 block. So come and see us.
2700 block.
I feel like it's right in front of
you've got to be near Rise and Grind.
I believe that's the area.
Yeah, because we're broadcasting live from Rise and Grind, so you guys are in the same proximity.
So y'all might hear me again. Can I pop in and say, hey,
you're more than welcome.
Okay.
More than welcome.
So what if the men stop by the booth? They say, come here. Let me tell you about the bro code. Can I then come back and share what I learned?
No, we don't. Okay. And fellas, let me say, do not share the bro code. We're gonna have to have a special meeting.
Yeah.
If that were to occur.
Yeah. Well, do men still gather? I mean, again, I'm probably dating myself, but I remember walking into a McDonald's, and I would call them the elders, right? They would have the round table. They would be in the McDonald's.
I haven't gotten to that age yet to where I'm content to sit at McDonald's and drink coffee and listen to the old
75
guys.
Gallons.
Because I'm the old guy now, and that's just not a part of what my day consists of.
So what do guys do? I know there's a group chat.
So those are older retired guys who, that's their boys club, if you will.
Yeah. Car clubs used to be the thing.
They're still out
I'm
there.
wondering where do the men gather?
They're still out there.
Not
Car
that I'm trying to,
clubs.
but for my sisters, that might be where do the men gather?
You trying to
I'm trying to lead my sisters to the
invade.
promised land.
You want to pop up.
We're just checking in. We're just making sure y'all are good.
I know that, and again, I think we spoke to this the last time you were in. You guys have this new, beautiful facility down there with a lot of different things going on. I noticed as my wife goes there, I noticed you had a truck outside, a bus of some sort of mobile.
Yes.
Is that the dentist's office? What is that?
It is. So we have two. We have a mobile unit and we have the Ascension Dental Clinic. So your sealants, things like protecting your teeth, protective measures, the Ascension mobile unit will help. And then we do have our own mobile health unit. So you'll see us more out with that mobile health unit as the summer continues into the fall as we program that out. So if you are interested in having our mobile unit at your spot, give me a call at 414-727-6320. But we
so you guys will actually come out to an event and bring the mobile unit and do blood pressure screenings and things of that nature on site.
On site.
That is
at a reduced cost. And then again, that sliding scale. So if you are looking for that healthcare and you know, I love my guys, they have a million excuses. Well, I gotta do this and this and this and this. Hop on the mobile unit, get yourself checked out. Also, that unit goes to the methadone clinic that's here and provides screening. So one connection we found was that those who may use substances, illicit substances, will let their health
decline.
Yeah, and so we're there. We got you. Outreach.
Sounds like you guys have covered all the bases.
What
exactly is all in the new facility? I know the pharmacy is still there. What was added? I mean, you guys must have outgrown your regular digs and had to add on, huh?
Yes. And actually for we have a recording later today. If you've been watching the news, you know, Outreach Community Health Centers was nominated for a Mandy Award, which is it's called the Building Blocks Award. And it is our nomination reflects the cool factor of what we've built. So we have like a live plant wall in between each floor. So let's say you're going from the first floor to the second floor. There's like live plants that live. So it feels healthy. We have added exam rooms. We have added conference rooms so we can host those workshops, so we can host Pilates, so we can host things for new moms. So the new space is just to welcome the community. We outgrew the other space. We needed more exam rooms to expand that care. So it's super dope. If you have not come over to visit us, please do. And please check for us on August 15th when the Mandy Awards will be hosted, and we'll find out if we win.
Okay.
Yeah, good. It's all good stuff. All good stuff. And like I said, half the people we're treating, our men, are coming in for a host of different health topics, health issues, or health management. I think one positive piece that I can see is the men that are coming to see us are staying for that full range of services. So they're coming to the dental clinic, they're coming to the pharmacy, they're coming to our behavioral health, and they're looking at that as an entire.
When you speak to behavioral health, kind of elaborate on that if you could.
So that's your PTSD, your anxiety, your mood disorders.
So you have mental health services as well.
All one floor dedicated to it.
Really?
So our entire floor, we have one entire floor that's dedicated to mental health.
Most facilities have one floor that's dedicated to mental health, and they don't let you,
go on that floor.
Right.
We are open. I mean, again, it's such a beautiful space that we recognize some people, just like I shared a bit ago. There's the physical health, and if somebody comes in with a broken leg, you're like, okay, they have a broken leg. The same thing happens with the mind. Okay, they have a broken mind. Let's figure out how to rehabilitate, rehab, get into therapy, work that muscle back into being what it needs to be. So we don't have that stigma of, oh no, they're seeking behavioral health treatment, or they're in therapy, or they're we treat it just
have
like
the vending machine.
We do. So in our lobby, and again, you can come and visit us on site July 27th. So I hope you have your notebook. I hope you have your calendar out. July 27th, we have our community health and resource fair. And we have a vending machine, one of 11 in the county, that has materials. What do I want to say? Products for drug use. So we have medication lock bags. If you know that you're taking a prescription and that prescription might be an opioid prescribed by your physician, you can lock that so that you don't create substance abuse issues in your family. Lock it up. You know that it's yours. You know the only one taking it. But Narcan, we talked a lot about the overdoses in the community. We need to have more folks with Narcan on deck, just in case you see it. So those are some of the things, and you can come and get that totally free. Walk in the front door, the machine is straight back.
No questions asked.
No questions, nothing's awkward.
Do they still have the gun locks in there as well?
Still have the gun locks in there. And if I can say, the other part of men's health, as we're thinking about how we take care of our families, firearms, I'm not even going to get into that debate because they do offer a level of protection, but we also have to protect ourselves from the firearms. So when I see these babies, right, the babies are being harmed because we're not taking those precautions. So come get you a gun lock, free, no questions asked. Just walk in, take a look at the machine, get what you need. It's restocked regularly, so it's not like if you come in this week, we might not have it for next week. We restock it. But Milwaukee, we have a huge problem with how we're treating these guns, and we're not protecting the people that we need to protect. So I'm going to step into your big sister today. I might be your little sister. It depends. But I'm going to encourage you to take health seriously, but also make sure that you're protecting those that you're supposed to protect. And that's not in the bro code. That wasn't line 42. I did go back and look, but protect the ones you love is part of bro code. So you do have that.
So you're trying to say we missed it?
I don't know, because y'all wouldn't let me into the conversation. I had to look all fogging up the glass outside, trying to see what y'all are talking about. I will share this one instance. I had a couple of best friends that lived like 2 houses down from me. I won't name names, but they were amazing. 2 brothers. And, this was before text messages. This was before, so you had to ride your bike or run across the grass. And this is when Ninja Turtles was really popular. And that's why I know pop culture is important. It shifts the way you think. So long story short, there are 4 Ninja Turtles. I was like the 5th person. So they wouldn't let me be one of the Ninja Turtles. And that hurt my feelings so bad. Like, even to this day, I think I'm still a little bit salty about how I couldn't break into that piece, because I wanted to be the pink Ninja Turtle, right? But they wouldn't let me. So as we're talking about health, I'm adding some levity. I'm adding some jokes in there to help make it not so intense. But health is something we should be paying attention to, but also how we're raising our young men. We should be raising them to know that they're important enough to take those resources. They're important enough to want to be healthy, right? So if you have a young man in your life, let's just say 18 and under, you should be sharing with him some of those things we talked about in self-care, managing workloads, managing those boundaries, being able to say no, and what healthy relationships looks like. So if I can touch on relationships for just a second. Last month, we talked about are the kids all right? And how social media influences these kids to either make good choices or not good choices. I hope that social media and our influencers, our role models, are teaching these young men what healthy relationships look like. Now, I'm not the coolest person, but I do follow some of the shenanigans out here on social media. And there is one very problematic couple. I think his name is Blueface. Is that his name, Blueface? And he's just recently had a baby. How do you say the lady's name? Krishan. Okay. So if you got some extra time in your workday, go Google that. They come up in my Facebook feed often, but they are very problematic. It is not a healthy relationship. You have public breakups, then public makeups. It's not a good look. So us teaching our young men what a healthy relationship looks like, just because the concept is you got to be strong, you got to be tough, you don't. In fact, okay, can I give y'all a cheat code from the ladies? I'm gonna get you give me something, I'm gonna give you something. Let me tell you, ladies love a sensitive man. Ladies love a man that is in tune with his emotional wellness, right? Being hard all the time only works in movies, right? The question that is going to come about is, why are you so tough all the time? Do you not feel comfortable? Do you not feel safe? So we got to teach our young men what positive relationships look like. When I think of this particular internet couple, they fight on the daily. Like, I've counted just myself, maybe 10 breakups, and we're talking public, knocking things over. Um, we have to somehow teach our young men that that's not healthy. And it's okay to walk away from people that are not healthy, for women that are not healthy. So if I can again share just a little bit, not all women are ready to be in a relationship, be that emotionally, so on and so forth. So if you've been in one of those toxic relationships, 414-444-5250 is the number. So as I'm imploring you and encouraging you to go and get those checkups, I'm encouraging you to disconnect relationships that are not healthy. That's not good for your heart long term. And I'm not speaking figuratively on that. So as I'm looking at this particular couple, they've got a baby. They use the baby as kind of a bargaining chip, a pawn, if you will, back and forth. And I thought to myself, like, who does that? Like, what is that coming from? What does that stem from? And so I think there are a lot of issues that we'll have in our community that we don't address the way we should. If I can touch just briefly on how those relationships will go into or can morph into domestic violence. So a lot of times you'll start off with the bickering, the arguing, and then it escalates into physical harm. And so one of the components of our mental health and wellness, behavioral health, you have the anger management component, but also what healthy relationships should look like. So anybody, my parents would say, anybody that takes you out of character is not somebody that you need in your life. If that person is making you always angry, like you see their name on your phone and you get angry when they call, or they're not supportive of the things that you want, that's a relationship you should take into consideration to disconnect from for this particular month. Right. And that's also not in bro code, but an important component. If someone is in your space and you feel like you cannot be yourself with them, moving into that domestic violence component, disconnect. It's just not it's not something that you want to be a part of. That can then lead into depression. So I think the other half of that coin of being really angry, upset, is being really low. So 31% of men suffer from depression in their lifetime. 31. And 9% of men have daily feelings of depression or anxiety. But only out of that 31, only a quarter will talk to a mental health professional. So again, if you're looking to have someone on deck that you can talk through your issues with, 414-727-6320 is the number. Do not, and this is your big sister, little sister, friend, homegirl, Ebony, telling you, do not be afraid to seek professional help. Let me say that again. Do not be afraid to seek professional help. Just like if we had a physical ailment, broken leg, broken arm, needing a health screening, we would recommend you go see a professional. If you're feeling like something's not right, mind, emotionally, go and see a professional. Then, as your homegirl, let's get into how health affects sexual health, right? So, talk back to me, Milwaukee, 414-444-5250. How does regular health affect sexual health? Erectile dysfunction affects more than 30 million men of all ages. 30 million, right? It's time to see a urologist. So if you're not performing, right, that can also have an effect on relationships. That can also affect emotional wellness. Go in into your primary care. Go in to get a screening, blood test, your urinalysis. Go in to get those screenings so that you know what's going on. One of the other components that I looked up as I again went down the rabbit hole of men's health, the supplements that are out there, all of those things that are meant to kind of prop up, if you will, some of those conditions, those are having an effect on relationships. That's going to impact decision making. It's all connected. It's all connected. So again, talk back to me, Milwaukee, 414-444-5250. How does physical health, sexual health, how is it all connected? Do guys talk about that together? So I know women, when we get together, we will chat, we will share notes. Right now, women are talking about menopause and the effects of menopause in our conversations. But are men having these same conversations? Are they talking about ED? Are they talking about nutrition and how that plays a role in sexual health? Are we having positive conversations around sexual health? I don't think there's anything like taboo or hidden that needs to be about sexual health, because listen, that's how our population continues. We're all here because of positive sexual health. So are men having that conversation, and should they? I know one of the big social media movements is Movember, right? And I love to see how that particular social media campaign is keeping people in the know, keeping people healthy and well. And it was meant to be a way to say, you know, we want you to go and get screened for prostate cancer. So the social media movement, you know, you don't shave. I'll leave it at that. You don't shave for the month of November, and you are focused on raising awareness. So for your screenings, for your prostate cancer screenings, and ladies, if you're listening in, again, I said this is our dads, our husbands, our brothers, our nephews, our children, our cousins, and them. All of this matters. So if it's a woman that's listening, you go back and share this with the men in your life so that they can be healthier. So prostate cancer screening should begin at 50 for men at average risk, 50 years old. Now, 50 is the new, or 40 is the new 50, 30 is the new 40, however they put that together. 40 is the new 30, 50 is the new 40. Age really isn't as defining as it used to be, right? And we'll get into the Silver Fox gang in just a little bit. The age of 45 is when African American men or men who have a first degree relative diagnosed with prostate cancer prior to age 65. Let me give that to you again. If you are 45, you are African American, or you've had a relative that was diagnosed with prostate cancer, make sure that screening is on your radar for this year. If you're 40 and you have men in your family who have been diagnosed with prostate cancer, you should be requesting that screening. So I've given you a lot of homework to do over the summer, but it goes back to what I started the segment with. In 1920, women lived on average 1 year longer than men. Now, that's 5 years. If we keep up on this trajectory, our men will continue to die earlier and earlier. And the reality is this: we love y'all. We really do. So, to the fathers, again, happy Father's Day. To the brothers, to our nephews, to our children, to our cousins, we are sharing this information because we love you. Doctor, dentist, optometrist, dermatologist. Those are the 4 doctors you need to have in your bag. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the Silver Fox Gang and how they just took over the entire life, what they know about the bro code, and more details. For your health and wellness screenings, you are listening to Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers. I'm Ebony Solly. We'll be right back.
Equity. It's the most vital gift we can offer.
Keeping your heart pumping with positivity. So we've talked about a lot this morning, but the moral of the story is this: we love y'all. Men, Ebony loves you, and she wants you to take care of yourself. She wants you to be around for a very long time. She wants you to share the knowledge and wisdom. She wants you to provide some guidance to these young men that are out and about in our city. So we need you. We've got a ton of upcoming events that are focused on health. So let's chat about it. I'm looking at my phone now. So if you don't know, you can watch us streaming live on YouTube. You can give me a call at 414-444-5255. 50. Give me just a second. I'm looking for this race that's coming up. Some of the things we got going on. We will be at Juneteenth. Attention, attention. We will be at Juneteenth. I want you to come out and say, hey. So stop by our booth. We will be there with some giveaways. I ordered some nice swag for y'all. Let me just say, I ordered some nice swag to give away. We will have blood pressure screenings. So throughout the day, when you stop by the booth, you can receive your current blood pressure, and then we'll give you some recommendations on that. So we can set up an appointment for you to come on into the clinic. Just to keep your heart pumping with positivity, right? And health. We will have some more fun that I can't share with you, but so you got to show up. You got to come by, say, hey, Ebony, heard you on the radio, wanted to meet you in person, and then I'll unlock some fun and some secrets for you. So come on by Wednesday, June 19th, Juneteenth Festival, City of Milwaukee. Come over and say, hey. One of the very, very cool things that I've been keeping under wraps for just a little bit, but now we're ready to share, is Outreach Community Health Centers is adding a residency program. This residency program is bringing physicians that are the doctors of tomorrow. Well, they're doctors today, but they will be the pillars of our community. And they are going to be training in family medicine at our facility. We're bringing in up to 14 new physicians starting this summer. So before the summer's out, we'll have this brand new program. It's in collaboration with Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin. And it's meant to teach new doctors how to interact with our community, how to provide medical advice to our community, how to keep us healthier. So I am super, super, super excited about that. We'll have an event coming up in August, so stay tuned to our future episodes to learn more about that. But those residents will also be joining us at Juneteenth. So if you stop by our booth, you can meet some of these physicians that you could then work with later on in the summer. So make sure you mark your calendar, stay hydrated, come on out and see us for the Juneteenth Festival. Then July 27th, we have our Community Health and Resource Fair. Y'all cannot be more excited about this. It is going to be absolutely amazing. It will be at Outreach Community Health Center. So we're bringing it back. We had to go to a different location while we were under construction, but we're back home, 220 West Capitol Drive. That health fair will be from 11 to 2 on Saturday, July 27th. We've already got vendors lined up for you. We got some good food, a slamming DJ, activities for the kids.
What time do I start?
We start from 11
no,
to 2.
You said a slamming DJ.
Oh, yeah. I know.
No paperwork.
Right. We gonna have a little Zumba out. I mean, tunes will be flowing.
So is this in the lot or where?
This is gonna be all across the lot. So you'll be able to see us. Just make a day of it. Make a day of it. I've called in some favors from a few friends in our sports teams. I've called in a few favors from friends in our community partners. So it will be a good time. It will be a good
like you
time.
know some people.
I might know just a few people, and I might have said, hey, I need you to come on through, because we love our people, we love our community, and we want to make sure that we stay healthy.
Let's go back to this swag you were talking about.
Yeah. I can't give it all away. Just know it's in boxes. It's under heavy security right now.
Oh, wow.
But I go to a ton of these health fairs throughout the year, and you get stuff and you're like, I'm like, give me something I want.
Yours is over the top.
Listen, have we met? Everything I do is over the top.
I'm just asking a question,
Yes, we will have some fun. I want the swag you get to be in your closet. I want the swag you get to be things that you actually use.
In my closet, so that means that closet
or garage.
I mean, so now you're trying to throw me off.
Bro code says you never tell the whole story of that. Just using my notes. That's what it says. It says get your story straight. That's what it says. But no, it will be a phenomenal good time. Our mobile health unit will be there. So you can come and see what that looks like. But this is also an opportunity for us to strengthen partnerships.
Mhm.
So if you come out and you say, you know what, I've got a new product, I've got a new service that I want that can impact the community positively, this is your opportunity. Come out to meet us and let's forge
So I
those
can't come out there and
connections.
sell no rib dinners.
We will have food covered for you.
No,
Don't
I
even,
might
no,
want
you
to.
can't. No.
No, can't set up.
No. You do have to call me though. 414-727-6320. So you got to call me to get a booth.
So
You can't
vendors
just
that
show
would
it.
like to need to.
Need to call me. Give me a call.
You're the gatekeeper.
I would say the boom. I'm the hostess with the mostest
Well, see, I knew you was gonna put that last part on
because
there.
I'm extra
Solid.
super sassy. That's it. So we have that because it's Men's Health Month. Next week, 2 weeks from now. So our regularly scheduled show. This is a bonus show. I hope that y'all have loved it so far. Next show, we will have a featured guest who is hosting a men's run. So we talked about the physical piece and being well, being healthy. We will be sponsoring the men's 5K, men's wellness 5K with Johnson Consulting. So he'll be in to tell us a little bit about his inspiration for the run, why it's important, and then again, sharing out that love for a gentleman and making sure that they are the most healthy, the most well. So the 5K, and give me just a second to Google when it is. I want to say it's August 10th, but I don't want to give wrong information. So let me see here. But you can sign up for that run. You can sign up to run with us. Let me see. If you're watching on YouTube, it's just me Googling. I just want to make sure I have the date correct. I believe it's August 10th. So it's the Milwaukee 5K men's walk. And let me make sure this is the right one. No, that's for the county. So you can even get in. It looks like on August 24th. There is a walk run. Let me just see. With David Crowley. So go out and check that one out. Let's see. Let me just make sure I have the right. Oh, I'll have to hit you back with that one, Milwaukee. But there is a Milwaukee 5K 2024. I know it's in August. I'll confirm the actual date here in just a little bit. But if you're interested, if you've never run before, right? So that's another part of our community. If you're not active, let's commit to doing it now. So join us, join our team, join or create your own team and sign up for that 5K. That 5K race. So let me switch gears a little bit and let me ask, what are you doing for physical health? What are you doing for wellness? 414-444-5250. Okay, can y'all tell that I'm still trying to find the date for this race? Okay, let me get back to focusing. I'll give you more detail for that. We are also at additional health and wellness fairs throughout the summer. So we will be joining El Bethel. We will be joining The Truth. We will be joining just a ton of other folks in for health and wellness. It looks like we do have a caller. So good morning to you, caller.
Oh, I finally got in. Thank you. I've been trying to get for you for 45 minutes.
Not for 45 minutes. Greetings and good morning.
I'm gonna tell it. When you were saying call, I've been trying since 8:05.
Lord have
and
mercy.
The government phone cut me off, said that, hey, I've been on the line too long waiting and stuff. I've been called 5 times. You was asking to call, and I had 4 different questions.
Okay, well, I got my pen first. Good morning. I apologize for keeping you waiting, but now I'm excited to hear from you. So greetings and good morning. Welcome to the show. What do you have for me this morning? Oh, and then I lost him. Okay, call me back. I'm ready for you. Call me back. I will be standing right here in front of the phone. 444 414-444-5250. I'm excited to hear from you. Did not mean to keep you on hold that long. So I'll be waiting here for your return call. So we were talking about the things that we have coming up for you this summer. I want to make sure that the men in our community feel supported, feel healthy, and feel like there's opportunities for you to be healthy. Okay, I got my caller back. Good morning.
No, this is not the caller that hung up.
Oh, well, we're greetings to you. Good morning and welcome to Community
Good
Heartbeat.
morning. I'm looking for a primary doctor.
Okay. Okay.
I don't like the clinic I'm going to now. I'm not going to mention it, but it doesn't seem like they're inviting.
They're not taking care of you.
Yeah, that's true. And plus, if I got to look up what my medication is for me without you telling me, that's a problem.
I hear you. Well, let me give you the number. It's 414-727-6320. We will not only get you connected with a primary care provider, but we have a full pharmacy in our building. So we operate with technology. So we make sure that we are capturing the information that is keeping you healthy in your profile. And then we're able to make those health decisions with you and then keep you where you need to be the most healthy. So please come over and join us. Give us a call, 414-727-6320 to schedule that appointment and let us take care of you.
I will.
I look forward to it. Listen,
that's my next decision I'm going to make.
Yes, I think so. I think so. So tell me this: have you been listening to our show since we launched in January?
On and off.
No,
it all depends.
Okay.
It all depends on what I'm doing that day.
Okay. So tell me this: how can we provide great information for you as a listener as we continue to move forward with this show?
As we go, just the openness and the honesty that if I'm overweight, let me know I'm overweight. If I'm not doing something I should do, let me know, because it helps to have some kind of sarcasm to get you to a better place.
I agree.
Because right now I have a friend that's sitting in a hospital that's fighting cancer, and it's spreading all over his body. So they giving out. They say there's nothing else they can do for him. So it's kind of hard when you're a black man and you see other people around you fighting the battle, and you know you're getting at an age where it's close to you fighting that battle. So yeah, it's nice. You know, if I knew a lot of this stuff when I was younger, maybe. And people stop eating them hot flamers.
I know. Oh man, I know. Look, oh, busted in studio with bring them over. We got to show the YouTube. Come on. You're absolutely right. What we're eating, the nutrition, we gotta show what he's eating, y'all. See? In the morning. So y'all run us some fruit, a fruit cup. But you're absolutely right, because these things have those implications. So what a wonderful friend you are to be in there making sure emotionally, since they say there's not much more that can be done medically, but that you're there to offer that support. And that's what we hope to do, is to catch these things early, to tell you what screenings. That's why I wanted to make sure I went over the tests that you should be getting, because that's how we share information in our community, mouth to mouth, word to word, right? And so we want to make it cool to get those screenings. We want to tell each other and be able to be honest. Put the chips down for breakfast. It's not good for you. So I appreciate you sharing that for sure.
All right.
For sure.
Blessed day.
You too. Thank you much for calling.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. To make sure that we're holding each other accountable. So like I said, for my ladies that are listening in, grab a guy that you know in your circle of influence and say, look, I need you to do this. Look, I need you to do that. so that we keep them around a lot longer.
Where were we going with the hot flamings as a director?
Just to so he said, he has a friend right now that's in the hospital that's battling. Though some of those ingredients in those foods have been found to cause cancers.
Okay.
It's kind of like what was really intriguing to me is Black women and the chemical relaxer. Now, we like our edges slicked down, but that is literally sitting on your skin, absorbing into your skin, and it's causing cancer. So it's not that, we're saying this because it's unhealthy. We're saying some of those additives sitting in your stomach are causing issues.
Is there any truth to the fact that the placenta is used in the relaxer?
Oh, now that one I haven't heard of. But
I've heard that.
Really?
Yes.
I have to do some. That'll be a future episode for sure. But I stopped getting relaxers, my gosh, in my early 30s for that reason. The women that were in my circle all had fibroids. I'm talking pretty much every woman, didn't matter the age group. And those are basically, they can be non-dangerous, but they grow inside your body. If you think of your body like a machine, and this is what turned the tide for me, think of it as a machine. It's absorbing what you put into it. And if it's doing its job, it's going to grow that. So if you are drinking your water, eating your vegetables, it will grow better health. But if you are eating things that you shouldn't be, putting chemicals, it will absorb that and grow that. And that's what becomes cancer when you really, really boil it down. So, making those choices, and they're not the most fun. I'm going to tell you, I hate a sad salad. I don't always want to do the right thing when it comes to, I probably have wine more than I should.
What's a sad salad? Could you
elaborate? A sad salad is just like wet lettuce. It's sad and you don't really want to eat it. So doing things like a bright salad, experimenting with different flavors. You never really know if you like something until you try it. So try it. And
so the vinaigrettes, things of that nature.
Yeah, you can get, there's a spot inside of the market that sells flavored vinaigrettes and flavored olive oils. Game changer. Chop you up some vegetables, throw it in a skillet, add some, they have a mushroom sage olive oil. And people are like, oh my God, you're such a great cook. I am. That ain't nothing but some olive oil, a little bit. Right. Throw some corn in your salad, some fresh vegetables, make it appealing. So it's not a sad salad. And you'll incorporate that into your diet.
But I love salads, but I had never thought of a flavored vinaigrette. You said it's in the public market?
Yeah, they've got like a my aunt and I were there a bit ago. And like, let's say you want to make a Tex-Mex salad. You want to put your black beans, you want to put some cheese in there, you want to put some corn in there, your tomatoes. When you look at that, it looks amazing. Then you hit it with some of their jalapeno cilantro. That's a totally different flavor than just trying to choke down some lettuce, right? So
you have me at the public market today.
Yeah. Now I've shared my love for popcorn. It's a light, healthy snack. But I will use different oils to pop my popcorn in. I'm still old school, so I'm gonna shake it on the
right.
I'm gonna still make it that way. So I put some regular oil down. I use truffle, so it tastes like a mushroom. Truffle oil down in there. Hit it with some truffle salt. The best snack ever, and low calorie. So that's me, Cookie Monster with the popcorn. So those little choices make a difference. So I challenge you, if you love Flamin' Hots, I won't knock my people eating them. When I started really loving Flamin' Hots? When I was pregnant. I would go buy like a supersized bag and eat. That was the only time in my life I ate those bad boys like every other day. But for the long term, they're not healthy. So swap that out for some popcorn. Just try it.
I feel bad because I gave him those hot flamings this morning.
I mean, that's that bro code. It's
so
that
now, but now you guys have got him feeling like I'm trying to knock him off.
No, just tomorrow. Just tomorrow is a better choice, right? So again, I'm not here to beat anybody up. I've told y'all cheese. Ebony is going to eat some cheese. Ebony is going to eat the cheese until she falls out. She loves it. So I'm not judging at all. And cheese is not good for your heart.
It is not.
It is not.
Oh, I love cheese.
I do. I do all kinds of cheese. There's a cheese vendor inside the public market.
I'm sure.
It depends on what kind of cheese you got.
You got cheddar,
you got some
Gouda.
listen, if you're not making your mac and cheese with Gouda, what are you even doing? What are you even doing? All right, so now I'm on a mission. I'm about to introduce you to the luxurious world of Gouda. That's how I make my mac and cheese. A little pepper jack, and you can go crazy. But there's a cheese shop inside. It's not good for you. It clogs your heart, cholesterol. That
I thought it because it was dairy that it.
Dairy is not good for us either. It's not.
Well, you know what?
I know water.
What time does the show end? Because took everything. Can't have my hot
We
flames.
got water,
milk.
We've got cantaloupe, and that's like a sad salad.
I thought milk was good for you.
No, that's all we can do.
So milk isn't good?
Milk is not good for you.
Well, why do they tell you give you strong bones and all of this?
It starts to make you think, don't it?
Yeah.
So there's a documentary that's on Netflix. I think it's called Game Changers. And you always hear like these big bodybuilder men, I gotta have my protein, I gotta have chicken, I gotta eat steaks, I'm drinking raw eggs, right? The biggest animals on the planet are vegetarian.
This is true.
Elephants don't eat meat. Rhinos don't eat meat. Like, right? So you can be big and strong, but this particular documentary shows, I believe one was one of the world's fastest people run track, all vegetarian, no dairy. There's a swimmer, there's all these different people, and their health rates are more optimal than the ones who do eat protein and eat meat. So I know they from birth, they're like, get on the formula. Then here, drink milk. You need milk at every meal. I used to be disgusted though, if I could be honest, with milk at dinner.
Nah,
like ew. But you saw it on all the sitcoms. It's like, and we gotta have
dinner was
milk.
peanut butter and jelly,
Which is all I love. Listen, I love a struggle meal. There are some things that I'm going to do. I don't care how well off I am in life. The rice-a-roni, okay, it's like $1 a box. I'm going in and buying like 10 of those each and every time. That is my vice. I'm gonna put some cheese on it, put some black beans with it. Hook it up. Struggle meal, delicious, nutritious.
I've never heard it defined as a struggle meal.
Okay, so listen, we got a couple more minutes. We have the peanut butter and jelly, right? But y'all know about that cinnamon toast. There's cinnamon toast struggle meal. I have another, the noodles and gravy. So I know it.
Not ramen noodles.
No, like egg noodles and gravy. Put it together, struggle meal.
But you got to put some
Dirty.
meatballs or something in there.
It's a struggle meal. We ain't got meat.
Oh, we don't have any. Okay.
It's just trying to get food on your stomach. A little cheese, rice, all of those things. So we'll bring this whole segment, what we eat, what we move, to a close as we wrap up. You're listening to Community Heartbeat, powered by Outreach Community Health Centers. I'm Ebony Solly. We'll be right back. this is not just a show. This is a movement dedicated to bringing our community together through wellness, keeping your heart pumping with positivity. Let me just take this moment to say thank you, Milwaukee, for listening, for participating, calling in, connecting with us, giving us shouts out on YouTube and sharing the show. When we launched this in January, it was the brainchild of our team over at Outreach. And we said, how can we connect with people, have real conversations, and really, truly move the needle? So we've added those health facts, those statistics. We've added a little bit of humor. Hopefully, you've got to know me a little bit better and do consider me to be the home girl. I share those stories with you. But our ultimate goal here is to get us consistently thinking about taking care of ourselves. In one of our first shows back in January, I shared that I want to make sure health and wellness becomes cool again, that we're having these conversations around our dinner tables, around our holidays. We're encouraging our friends and family to stay healthy. So like I said, you can find us all summer long. Our first event is next week, Wednesday, Juneteenth. Stop by the booth, say hey, grab some swag, get your blood pressure checked. We'll have some giveaways and some opportunities for fun. So hashtag community heartbeat for that. July 27th is the Outreach Community Health Center's Community Health and Resource Fair. It will be a day for family, fun, and wellness. So come on out. Every hour we'll be raffling off some phenomenal prizes. We'll have a dance off, some Zumba. The kids will have some activities, programming. I got a big old secret that you just got to be there to find out. I'm not telling. But we've got that planned for you. I did go back and look at the date for the 5K for the men's wellness. It is going to be on Saturday, October 24th. Outreach Community Health Centers is a sponsor of the 5K run walk throughout downtown Milwaukee. MKE 5K is an annual community-driven initiative and men's wellness walk run that promotes healthy lifestyles. So we'll have the founder of this run walk with us on our usual show, Friday, June 28th from 7 to 9. He'll be joining us at 8. So I hope that you tune in to that. I do want to hear back from you. So take a moment to go on our social media pages, send me a message directly. You can reach me from the Outreach Community Health Center's website at ochc-milw.org. So please connect. Let us know what works. Hopefully your takeaway today is you need 4 doctors. You need your primary health. You need your dentist. You need to get your eyes checked with your optometrist, and you need to make sure you're taking care of your skin. That's your dermatologist. So the biggest threats to men's health, we want you healthy. We want you well. We want you around. Okay. Happy Father's Day to all the amazing men uplifting our community, the father figures, all of y'all. We love y'all. We want you to be healthy. Continue doing the great work that you're doing. Join us back here on Friday, June 28th, to talk again men's health, and we'll have a special guest. Until we meet again, take care of yourself. Thank you for listening to Community Heartbeat, powered by Outreach Community Health Centers. We'll see you next time.